According to Michelle Obama, you may not always have a comfortable life and you will not always be able to solve all of the world's problems at once. But don't ever underestimate the importance you can have because history has shown us that courage can be contagious and hope can take on a life of its own.
COVID-19 pandemic has drastically changed everything around the world. From our basic routinary way of living to the celebration of big events have suddenly shifted to new normal. Today, our dear learners who kept their motivation to finish their studies despite the occurrence of the worldwide pandemic with full support of their parents, finally the fruit of your hard works has already come. Alegria National High School proudly presents its first virtual moving up ceremony for this school year 2020-2021 with the theme, Kalidad ng edukasyon lalong patatagin sa gitna ng pandemya.
Strengthening the quality education amid the COVID-19 pandemic. This most awaited event have never been made possible without the support of the equally and highly esteemed individuals from the Schools Division of Guimaras, led by Dr. Maria Roslyn J. Palcat, CESO 6, OIC, Office of the Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Nordy D. Siason Jr., CESO 6, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Melba G. Bakugan, Public Schools District Supervisor, District of Sibunag 2, Dr. Shari T. Tellermo, our school principal, and other distinguished men and women of the entire academic community, colleagues, completers, proud parents or guardians, friends, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant and joyous viewing to all.
To begin with, may we all put ourselves in the spirit of patriotism as we listen to our national anthem, followed by an opening prayer and the regional hymn respectively. Heavenly Father, give grace and courage to the ones who have worked hard and now greet this special time of moving up. We thank you for protecting and guiding them to this point, especially in these trying times of COVID-19 pandemic. All praise and glory to you. Inspire the completers to put to good use all the knowledge, skills, and life lessons gained through their education. Most importantly, as they face unknown challenges moving on, help them to keep there the greatest wisdom of all, that of knowing Jesus and the power of the cross. A chapter has closed and another eagerly awaits. Pave the road with opportunities and inspire them to live with hope in this incredible journey called life. Continue to bless the completers with love, protection, mercy, strength, and wisdom. May they live passionately to honor and glorify your name. In Jesus' name, Amen.
Western Visayan blue skies, the cradle of hope for the young ones lies. Sows the seed of love and zest for life, weaves real vision of beacon light. Keep the song alive in our hearts, song of the great Western Visayas, echoing the love and pride of years gone by. The region's banner proudly held high. Western Visayas, home of champions, seed of lofty dreams and wisdom, treasure trove of knowledge and devotion to greatness beyond our games before. Onward we march to the region's glory, working towards excellence and quality, never to quit, never to falter. Hand in hand we strive together. Western Visayas, home of champions, seeds of lofty dreams and wisdom, treasure trove of knowledge and devotion to greatness beyond our gains before. To greatness beyond our gains before.
At this time, let us hear words of welcome from Dr. Charity Tellermo, School Principal 1.
Dr. Maria Roslyn J. Palpa, CISO 6 Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, OIC Office of the Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Nordy D. Shason Jr., CISO 6 Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Rowena Carrillo, Education Program Supervisor, OIC Office of the Chief Education Supervisor, Curriculum Implementation Division, Dr. Armando Gabion Jr., School Governance Operations Division Chief, Schools Division Personnel, active teachers and staff of Alegria National High School, supportive parents, and our beloved completers and graduates, a blessed day to all of you. More than a year, we faced a lot of challenges due to COVID-19 pandemic. Our education suffered, and there was a quick change in the implementation of curriculum, that is, the mode of distance learning delivery, whether print or non-print learning modality. For this end of school year, our commencement theme is strengthening the quality of education amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. This year highlights the learners' rights to inclusive and quality education, and to safety from the health risk of COVID-19 must be given priority. To all our completers and graduates, despite of the pandemic, still you keep your motivation towards education. Your dreams and passion to finish your secondary education is now in reality. You never gave up, but you proved to all of us that nothing can hinder you in achieving your dreams, not even the existence of COVID-19. This proved that when you never stop trying and learning, sweet success is patiently waiting. In behalf of the teaching force and staff of Alegria National High School, our salute to all of you. You are all our modern heroes in this hard pandemic time. Thank you for being part of Alegria National High School journey. Congratulations on your well-deserved success, completers and graduates, for the school year 2020-2021. God bless us all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. At this point, let us all welcome Dr. Melba G. Bakukan, Public Schools District Supervisor, District of Sibunag 2, for her inspirational message.
Every great dream begins with a dreamer, and every dreamer must have the strength within, the patience and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world. Today is a dream come true for you, my dear graduates and completers in the schools district of Sibunag 2, batch 2021. Your journey towards the attainment of your dream, your graduation. Now, you have completed your basic education. Some will be moving up from grade 6 to grade 7 and from grade 10 to grade 11. Your dreams and aspirations are now realized. And your journey towards the next ladder of your academic life is about to begin. We know that the road to success is not easy to navigate, but with hard work, drive, and passion, it is very possible to achieve. This year's experiences you have undergone because of this pandemic speaks aptly of your hurdle in the context of today's challenges and tomorrow's successes. It is therefore necessary for you to have courage to think differently, courage to invent, to travel the unexplored path, courage to discover the impossible, and courage to conquer the problems and succeed. Success comes from knowing that you did your best to become the best that you are capable of becoming by surpassing insurmountable difficulties. These successes and triumphs could not be yours without your parents who strive hard to provide all the support you need. Your teachers who inspired you to think beyond the confines of your self-imposed intellectual capacity. Your school administrator who had been your support in all your endeavors and hurdles. And your classmates, where the common threads binding you together became your source of strength and defender. Thus, you owe them lots of gratitude, which you ought to thank. To all of you, my best wishes and prayers for the next race that you will run. Congratulations. Godspeed.
Thank you so much, Ma'am. And now, Mr. Ronnie S. Magan, Teacher 3, Araling Panlipunan, will present school officials, teachers, guests, and parents.
Success is a clear reflection of the efforts, pride, and passion with which a person lives. Success is not reached in a single leap, but in a series of determined steps. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So my task this morning is to present to you our school officials, teachers, parents, and of course our awardees. With a task given to me, the people whose going love and support made our students strong at all times. Their sacrifices they have gone through just to offer their children a bright future. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present first our PTA officials for school year 2020-2021. Let us start from the President. So we have Ma'am Ana Mulasim. Vice President, we have Ma'am Jocelyn Balijong. For our Secretary, we have Ma'am Rhea Luhan. For Assistant Secretary, we have Rene T. Galanza. And for our Treasurer, we have Lucrecia Gabilong. And for Assistant Treasurer, we have Veronica Tapalia. For Auditor, we have Ma'am Aimee Ganancial. For Business Manager, we have Ma'am Glenda Balijong. For our PAO, we have Mr. Danilo Galping and the rest of the PTA board members. And to the people who have labored so much with the utmost patience just to impart to our students the knowledge and most of all the values that would equip them fully towards the realization of their dreams. And of course, our faculty and staff of Alegria National High School for school year 2020-2021. And a start for our school head, Ma'am Charity Tilermo, PhD. So we have also our teaching personnel of junior high school department. First, we have Ma'am Emerose U. Gaket, Teacher 1. Ma'am Gemma G. Gaurana, Teacher 3. We have Ma'am Jonah G. Gamucha, Teacher 1. Ma'am Dalirose T. Gani, Teacher 1. Ma'am Aimee Girly Ofalia, Teacher 2. We have Sir Ariel G. Ganito, Teacher 3. We have Ma'am Nenly G. Tresplasios, Teacher 2. We have Ma'am Pandora G. Tupino, Teacher 3. Sir Ronnie S. Magan, Teacher 3. Ma'am Ninette Elbris Rubio, Teacher 1. We have Ma'am Queenie Jane G. Balijong, Teacher 1. Ma'am Marieta T. Paguntalan, Teacher 3. And Ma'am Rona Gonzalez, Teacher 3. We have Sir John Ray J. Fidinato, Teacher 1. And Ma'am Marie C. Celestial, Teacher 1. And for our non-teaching personnel, we have Ma'am Jonah G. Dosaran, our ADAS 2, Disbursing Officer. We have Ma'am Mary Joy M. Monghe, our ADAS 3, as our Senior Bookkeeper. Ma'am Lilian F. Haliador, ADAS 2. We have our School Guard, Mr. Danilo G. Galve. And our School Maintenance, we have Neil P. Galve. And of course, ito our honored guests, parents, and awardees. Graduates, congratulations! And to our awardees for this year, 2020-2021. Before I close, just remember that God never looked at us over medals, diplomas, or degrees, but on how we grow after we fall. Thank you very much, and God bless us all.
Thank you, sir.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, you are about to witness the main highlight of today's event. Presenting Alegria National High School Computers School Year 2020-2021. Starting off with Grace and Faith under the advisorship of Ma'am Gemma G. Gaurana, Teacher 3, English.
Bacauco Dither G, son of Mr. Vicente T. Bacauco and Mrs. Delia G. Bacauco.
Balijong Elmer Jr. D, son of Mr. Elmer P. Balijong and Mrs. Ernita D. Balijong.
Barcoma Japet A, son of Mr. Cesar D. Barcoma and Mrs. Victoria A. Barcoma.
Delicana Neil John G, son of Mr. John D. Delicana and Mrs. Rona G. Delicana.
Dupit Jovan M, son of Mr. Aris D. Dupit and Mrs. Maricho M. Dupit.
Ecubeza John Kenneth R, son of Mr. Rex S. Ecubeza and Mrs. Rosalie R. Ecubeza.
Fernandez Charlben Jr. B, son of Mr. Charlben E. Fernandez Sr. and Mrs. Annalyn B. Fernandez.
Gamuzaran Marlo M, son of Mr. Romulo B. Gamuzaran and Mrs. Maribel M. Gamuzaran.
Ganancial Gerald M, son of Mr. Ray G. Ganancial and Mrs. Jeremy M. Ganancial.
Lopez Benz G, son of Mr. Wilfredo D. Lopez Jr. and Mrs. Jacqueline G. Lopez.
Mission Herben M, son of Mr. Hernaldo G. Mission and Mrs. Corazon M. Mission.
Munaya J. Mark C, son of Mr. Leomar G. Munaya and Mrs. Jeneline C. Munaya.
Ramos Wendell V, son of Mr. Nolly G. Ramos and Mrs. Angie V. Ramos.
Talungon Raymark G, son of Mr. Nasser B. Talungon and Mrs. Juanita G. Talungon.
Ureta Nick Angelo C, son of Mr. Noel G. Ureta and Mrs. Carmelita C. Ureta.
Alulod Angel Rose C., daughter of Mr. Aladino T. Alulod Jr. and Mrs. Roslyn C. Alulod.
Balichong Frankie Alexis T. with honors, daughter of Mr. June D. Balichong and Mrs. Glenda T. Balichong.
Balichong Lovely Joy B. with honors, daughter of Mr. Marlon G. Balichong and Mrs. Maria Danilin B. Balichong.
De la Cruz Daniela G., daughter of Mr. Teddy C. De la Cruz and Mrs. Raquel G. De la Cruz.
Entredicho Eliza N., daughter of Mr. Alex E. Entredicho and Mrs. Merlita N. Entredicho.
Galitgit Andrea Joy E., daughter of Mr. Epifanio P. Galitgit Jr. and Mrs. Alma E. Galitgit.
Galvan Flory Jane G., daughter of Mr. Ricarlos G. Galvan Sr. and Mrs. Flordelisa G. Galvan.
Penida Janes M., daughter of Mr. Severino C. Penida and Mrs. Juana M. Penida.
Penida Lovely Pearl T., daughter of Mr. Francis M. Penida and Mrs. Rosemar T. Penida.
Ramos Eliza E., daughter of Mr. Edwin D. Ramos and Mrs. Salvacion E. Ramos.
Valencia Jeline May G., with honors, daughter of Mr. Georgie T. Valencia and Mrs. Cheryl T. Valencia.
Villaluz Abigail S., daughter of Mr. Robert T. Villaluz and Mrs. Mia S. Villaluz.
Congratulations, awardees and completers of Grade 10 FAIT.
Let's proceed to Grade 10 Fortitude under the advisorship of Ma'am Pandora G. Tupino, Teacher 3, Science.
Baay Jenray G., son of Mr. Raymond T. Baay and Mrs. Gina G. Baay.
Claor Dominic J. T., son of Mr. Domingo M. Claor and Mrs. Janet C. Claor.
Clavines Vinel Jenray D., son of Mr. Vicente D. Clavines and Mrs. Elma D. Clavines.
Dulaca Denmark S., son of Mr. Randy D. Dulaca and Mrs. Julia S. Dulaca.
Elemento John Francis G., son of Cherry May G. Elemento.
Galvez Frankie E., son of Mr. Francisco V. Galvez and Mrs. Maria Pinky E. Galvez.
Gamarcha Jero G., son of Mr. Rodolfo F. Gamarcha and Mrs. Johanna G. Gamarcha.
Gamilong A.J. C., son of Mr. Ariel Gamilong and Mrs. Lucrecia C. Gamilong.
Ganye Rexil G., son of Mrs. Ruby Gamilong.
Laguda John Paulo G., son of Mr. Pio F. Laguda Jr. and Mrs. Maria Juji G. Laguda.
Mayormente R.D. B., son of Mr. Domingo S. Mayormente and Mrs. Roberosa D. Mayormente.
Munaya Dale Christian Yu, son of Mr. Daryl G. Munaya and Mrs. Lizelle Yu Munaya.
Sinarlo Neil G., son of Mr. Saner A. Sanarlo and Mrs. Susan G. Sinarlo.
Sertimo Zainal John G., son of Mr. Jonal G. Sertimo and Mrs. Stilen G. Sertimo.
Tanaman Rainier N., son of Mr. Jesus T. Tanaman and Mrs. Beverly N. Tanaman.
Alegada Hazel Ann G., with honors, daughter of Mr. Nilo G. Aligada and Mrs. Rosalie G. Aligada.
Bales Sheena G., daughter of Mr. Rogelio G. Bales and Mrs. Salvacion G. Bales.
Capitania Amor T., daughter of Mr. Alberto D. Capitania Jr. and Mrs. Ronabel T. Capitania.
Edulag Ray Ann G., daughter of Mr. Rene G. Edulag and Mrs. Annalisa G. Edulag.
Galabo Crystal Ann F., daughter of Mr. Almar M. Galabo and Mrs. Italy F. Galabo.
Gallego Angelica B., with honors, daughter of Mr. Florentino T. Gallego and Mrs. Marivic D. Gallego.
Galon Sherin E., daughter of Mr. Anselmo V. Galon and Mrs. Ruth E. Galon.
Monaya Darlene Joy O., daughter of Mr. Jose G. Monaya and Mrs. Mila O. Monaya.
Orlido Mary Antoinette M., with honors, daughter of Mr. Mark Anthony Orlido and Mrs. Nancy M. Orlido.
Paguntalan Erica G., with honors, daughter of Mr. Rene E. Paguntalan and Mrs. Generose G. Paguntalan.
Penida Rhea G., daughter of Mr. Randy T. Penida and Mrs. Margarita G. Penida.
Sigua Reyami A., daughter of Mr. Joserino S. Sigua and Mrs. Elsie A. Sigua.
Verde Micaela Bianca B., with honors, daughter of Mr. Edmond M. Verde and Mrs. Emeline B. Verde. Congratulations, awardees and completers of Grade 10 Fortitude.
Next, we have the Grade 10 Hope under the advisorship of Ma'am Lindy G. Trasplasios, Teacher 2, Science.
Abastillas Ramon, son of Mr. Enrique H. Datos and Mrs. Suzette Abastillas.
De Vicente Freyos Kane N., son of Mr. Frex T. De Vicente and Mrs. Geraldine L. De Vicente.
Eleido John Mark C., son of Mr. Mario C. Eleido and Mrs. Karen C. Eleido.
Galabo Kirjan F., son of Mr. Almar M. Galabo and Mrs. Edely F. Galabo.
Gallego Ramil N., son of Mr. Ronald E. Gallego Sr. and Mrs. Olivia N. Gallego.
Galve R.J. H., son of Mr. Ronel M. Galve and Mrs. Riza H. Galve.
Ganadores Jason B., son of Mr. Jesse G. Ganadores and Mrs. Thelma B. Ganadores.
Ganhe Hilario Jr. A., son of Mr. Hilario G. Ganhe Sr. and Mrs. Maria Christine A. Ganhe.
Henova Brian M., son of Mr. Edgar H. Henova and Mrs. Belly M. Henova.
Ledesma Julius T., son of Mr. Oscar S. Ledesma and Mrs. Rochelle T. Ledesma.
Misme Michael John G., son of Mr. Jo Marie T. Misme and Mrs. Editha G. Misme.
Para Eddie John M., son of Mr. Edgardo G. Para and Mrs. Ruth M. Para.
Rote Adrian Vincent C., son of Mr. Abelardo Rote and Mrs. Lalen C. Rote.
Villasis Charles Jenson G., son of Mr. Charlie G. Villasis and Mrs. Jean G. Villasis.
Alamo Christy Jane E., daughter of Mr. Christy G. Alamo and Mrs. Jean E. Alamo.
Balijong Hart Grace T., with honors. Daughter of Mr. Juanito G. Balidyong and Mrs. Corazon P. Balidyong.
Kanha Shekinah Yesha Marie M., daughter of Mr. Albert B. Kanha and Mrs. Annalyn M. Kanha.
Kasuyun Alea M. with honors. Daughter of Mr. Andres B. Kasuyon and Mrs. Merlin M. Kasuyon.
De la Cruz Robelin P., daughter of Mr. Bobby B. De la Cruz and Mrs. Reggie T. De la Cruz.
Gabasa Queenie S., daughter of Mr. Benji G. Gabasa and Mrs. Alan G. S. Gabasa.
Galitgit Bea Mariel S., with honors, daughter of Mr. Bonifacio P. Galitgit Jr. and Mrs. Mary Ann S. Galitgit.
Galiano Renia S., daughter of Mr. Rene T. Galiano and Mrs. Rina S. Galiano.
Ganancial Maria Cristina G., daughter of Mr. Gregorio G. Ganancial and Mrs. Helen G. Ganancial.
Gaugano Jessica G., daughter of Mr. David B. Gaugano and Mrs. Charina G. Gaugano.
Seaman Princess Nicole B., daughter of Mr. Francisco J. Seaman and Mrs. Elizabeth B. Seaman.
Takda Gracel G., with honors, daughter of Mr. Teodoro M. Takda and Mrs. Mary Grace G. Takda.
Takda Mian M., daughter of Mr. Romeo M. Takda and Mrs. Anna M. Takda.
Congratulations, awardees and completers of Grade 10 Hope. Indeed, you all deserve the success of completing the junior high school level. May you all keep the courage to pursue your dreams no matter what happens, because we strongly believe that education is the key to success. And now, let us hear a message coming from Dr. Maria Roslyn J. Palcat, CESO 6, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, OIC, Office of the Schools Division Superintendent.
My warmest greetings to the graduates and completers of the school year 2020-2021. On behalf of the Department of Education, Schools Division of Guimaras, I congratulate you for reaching this milestone in your life as learners. Your diligence, perseverance, and hard work have led you to the fulfillment of your dream to finish this level of your education despite the challenges that the COVID-19 pandemic has brought to the whole world and to your life as students. This shows your strength and tenacity and an amazing resilience to gracefully respond to the pressing demands of the education landscape in the new normal. Your struggles over your self-learning modules and learning activity sheets, interrupted online classes due to poor internet connectivity, being alone in your learning spaces at home, and loneliness for not being with your classmates and teachers in school for more than a year now are certainly worth a recognition. As we celebrate your achievements, we commend and appreciate your dear parents, teachers, school administrators, and other stakeholders for their support, encouragement, and inspiration in the continuous delivery of instruction through varied distance learning modalities. This year's theme, Strengthening the Quality of Education Amid the COVID-19 Pandemic, encapsulates all that we have been doing for the continuity of learning during these difficult times in making you champions. equipped with knowledge, skills, and values necessary in traversing the paths of life. My dear graduates and completers, I hope for your success in your studies and in whatever choices you will make and endeavors you will have. I wish for your active participation and leadership in the development of our country in the near future. Congratulations and Godspeed, Class 2021.
Thank you so much, Mom, for that very heartwarming and encouraging message. This time, let us hear a message from our very own Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Schools Division of Guimaras, Dr. Nordi D. Shason Jr., CESO 6.
With a distinct brand of elation, I joined this year's batch of exceptional graduates and completers under the new educational paradigm. We affirm the resilience of our being Filipinos as we hold the end of school year rites with the theme, Kalidad ng Edukasyon, lalong patatagin sa gitna ng pandemya, strengthening the quality of education amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Indeed, the dynamism stirred in this occasion shall highlight the optimism and pride that amidst all the challenges, the learner's rights to inclusive and quality education and to safety from the health risks of COVID-19 had been given due attention and response. This year's mantra is dedicated to the odds that had been conquered because we dared to defy the limits of restrictions and isolation. With the novel approaches to teaching and learning, we were able to facilitate continuity in the modified scheme from the customary process. After one school year, we are bound to give due credit to the collective efforts that set the educational targets, attuned and accomplished. Truly, the proactive aspect in the face of a crisis has proven that there is always possibility in the soul of a soldier who fights. We are all victorious warrior in this. The initiative for distant delivery modalities has been a portion of the revolution in the academic landscape as we tried to show that the education sector is also in the front line to ensure that the hope of our nation is still taken care of. This jubilation is for all of us in the league, learners, teachers, parents, and other stakeholders. This significant finale in a very unique circumstance signals a continuation to plod on for more noteworthy undertakings. Yes, there are more challenges to be anticipated, but we remain optimistic for the bountiful harvests that are to come. Together, let us constant desire for growth and learning be the vibrant force to propel our voyage as one school's division of Guimaras. May God bless us all.
Thank you so much, sir.
This time, let us hear the message coming from our very own Regional Director, Dr. Ramir B. Oitico, CESO 4.
Congratulations, dear graduates and completers of school year 2020-2021. You make us look at the future with anticipation and pride. You have once again proven that true champions can thrive in the midst of the challenging realities of life. Your sheer grit and resilience have brought you this far in your lifelong pursuit of quality education. Your achievements call for a celebration. You have risen above the worst of times and have responded to the overwhelming demands of the new normal with elan. Your education must not only be reflected in your report cards, but must be manifested in how you masterfully deal with life. An embodiment of courage, compassion, character, and competence. As you relish this moment, Remember to celebrate your success with our indefatigable advocates and champions of quality education. Teachers, parents, school administrators, education leaders, stakeholders, and friends, among others. Your success seals our triumph over trials. It propels our collective aspiration for a brighter future despite the limitations caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. This is just the beginning of a beautiful journey ahead. We firmly believe in your potential for success because in DepEd Region 6, every child is a champion. As you cross this time of immense challenges and great opportunities, keep your passion for greatness alive. May your achievements inspire everyone to move forward with a renewed sense of hope, meaning, and purpose. Together, we shall rise as one. Ipadayon ta ang pagpalanggaanay. Once again, congratulations and mabuhay!
Thank you very much, sir, for a very inspiring message. And of course, this graduation ceremony will not be meaningfully done without hearing the message coming from the Department of Education Secretary, Leonor Magtolis Briones.
Good day to each and everyone who is attending virtually present at this time of our graduation ceremonies for our beloved and very precious graduates for the school year which ends at this time. First of all, I'd like to greet the parents and family members without whose sacrifices, whose reminders, and whose participation in the learning process for our graduates have resulted in this culmination program. This year, your role has changed drastically, where we've always believed that the matter of educating our children rests nearly exclusively on our teachers and our staff. This time, you parents, you family members, you who are in the households of our learners have expanded your role and contributed to this wonderful day, wherein finally, our learners are graduating in this culmination exercise. So congratulations, because this year has not been very easy, has not been a picnic for our teachers, for our family members, as well, especially the parents, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and all who have contributed to the achievement of our learners at this time. So, maraming salamat at congratulations, parents and family members. Mas malaki ang role ninyo at this time compared to earlier graduation exercises. Secondly, I would also like to greet our teachers, without whose very careful review and careful supervision of the work of our pupils and our learners, this event would not be taking place at all. And so thank you, teachers. Your role has also expanded, in addition to seeing to it that the modules are faithfully followed, the assignments are correctly implemented, and the learners are truly learning, and you have had to deal with new ways of assessing the performance also of the learners. So, congratulations, teachers, for enduring, for your patience, for your love for our learners, and your willingness to engage in a way and methods of teaching which are different from those which are used to. Assessment must have been especially difficult for you, especially since you were not able to see most of the time our students in face-to-face meetings, and most of the meetings, of course, were virtual. We'd also like to thank the local government units for their interest, for their cooperation, and for their continuing contributions to the needs of education, even as our children do not go to school. Your donations of material as well as financial resources at this time are most welcome, and your advice has been taken seriously not only by our teachers, by our school officials, but also by our officials in the Department of Education. We continually talk with local government units, especially in times of disaster, in times of great need for classrooms, for space, and for responses to unforeseen emergencies. Thank you, local government units. But of course, most of the congratulatory greetings fall on the deserving graduate. Each and every one of you is truly special. You are different from the other graduates who have passed through the portals of your school. You went to school practically without seeing your teachers, if at all. You went to school with your parents, your mothers, and your fathers hovering over your shoulders and seeing to it that you are able to complete your assignments. You are completing your studies at a time when examinations and assessments are different. You are culminating these long months of hard work at this time, even as you have to do family chores, even as you are distracted, and even as your world has turned upside down, and it seems and it appears as if we don't know what the future holds and what will happen next. But you have persevered, and now you are ready to graduate. And therefore, you deserve each and every bit of congratulations from us in the Department of Education, from your parents and family members, your teachers, from the officials in local government, as well as in the parent teachers associations. You deserve each and every single congratulatory pat on your back, each hug virtually, of course, and each greeting, which I am sure you are also receiving virtually. I don't know if you will remember this event many years from now. I have tried to recall myself who our graduation speaker was when I finished high school and when I finished my college studies. All I remember is that the graduation speaker was someone important, someone who was invited because that someone is supposed to give a message. What was more important to us graduates at that time was the excitement of the celebrations, the happiness and the joy of our parents, the sadness of parting from our classmates and from our teachers, and the enjoyment of all the graduation events that usually take place come commencement day. When I was a college student, we had a series of events which were designed to embed in our minds, which were designed to help us remember and not forget our days in college. We would spend one whole day going around the campus, visiting the classrooms, saying goodbye to our teachers, and sharing memories. We would have bonfires to say goodbye to each other. We had baccalaureate services where we committed ourselves to God and we prayed for guidance when we go out into the world. So many celebrations, and the speaker, of course, is the least important and easily forgotten component of the graduation exercise. Nonetheless, I will exert all efforts to share with you what I see are things or issues which a graduate should remember and recall. I have said that you are very special. You are very different. You are pioneering. There has been no other class like your class. There has been no other graduate like you as a graduating student, because you are the very first graduate of the blended learning response to education in the Philippines. And so you ask yourself, what awaits you in the world outside? You can either work, because the kind of curriculum you survived and underwent as a student will enable you to go to work if you wish to go to work. Some of you will proceed to further studies, and this would be a wonderful thing because there are many opportunities for further expanding your knowledge, for further answering and looking for explanations of issues, events that make you curious, especially in science, in technology, and also in the arts. So you can work, you can go to further studies, and perhaps some of you will settle down, hopefully not too soon, so you can pursue what you really want to do. So today, this is why we call this exercise a commencement exercise. It's not the end of our studies. It's not the end of all our efforts with blended learning, with modules, with floods, with earthquakes, and of course with COVID. It's a commencement of doors opening to you. More doors will be opened because you are a graduate. You can work, you can proceed for further studies, you can help your parents, and you can perhaps look for opportunities to do what you have always wanted to do, whether at work, whether at advanced studies, whether at learning more, in science and technology, in mathematics, and in the arts. All of these opportunities are available to you. More doors are being opened. I hope you will select the door which arouses your curiosity, the door which will help you know more about this world, and the door which will allow you to contribute to the development of our country and contribute whatever we can to solve our problems and our challenges. Congratulations once more to each and every one of you. Congratulations to you, parents and family members. Congratulations to you, teachers. When I was chair of the board of Silliman University, each time we had graduation ceremonies, during the baccalaureate and during commencement itself, I would cry. I would cry because you are sending out into the world a new batch of graduates, and we want to be sure that what is awaiting them is appropriate. We want to be sure that they are ready for what awaits them when they select which door to open. And so we tell you, go out to the world, do whatever you want to do. God be with you, and be assured that all of us love each and every one of you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And now let us hear the message from the most outstanding completer for this school year 2020-2021. We have Lovely Joy B. Balijong with honors.
Malcolm X once said, and I quote, "Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today." My heart was overwhelmed with joy, reaching this moment in our lives, where all of our hard works and sacrifices yielded. It seems like yesterday when we started opening our modules, and now this school year ends. Definitely, time goes fast. Learning in this time of pandemic has never been easy. Most things seem surrounded by a whirlwind of negativity and uncertainty. This put a lot of strain on everyone. We are overwhelmed by the new normal, where face-to-face classes and physical interactions are prohibited. Some of us are struggling with physical and mental health. I know it's hard, but we found the beauty in it. We learned so many things and discovered new about ourselves. We became independent and productive. We became responsible and determined. We saw the essence of education, and we strengthened and valued every single knowledge that we had, even though we are on our respective homes. We learned to embrace the brighter sides of life more rather than the darker sides. Reaching this moment is a proof that every one of us gracefully copied with the hard times of life. I know our hearts are full of gratitude to everyone who became part of this chapter. To our parents and families, thank you for all of your support on us. Thank you for being our motivation to continue sailing to the rough ocean of life. To our teachers, ma'am, sir, thank you for all of your efforts. Thank you for doing your best to deliver quality education amidst the pandemic. Thank you for your patience and understandings. To my classmates and fellow awardees, congratulations. It's a job well done. We did our best. We are one step ahead. This year is a tough one for all of us, but we survived. We have gone too far and we can go farther. Thank you for being an encouragement to each and every one. This chapter closes, but another one opens. This may be a different chapter with new sets of challenges, failures, and achievements, but let's apply all the learnings that we had to be the better version of ourselves. Let's strive hard to achieve our goals. Continue everything day by day. Commit everything with God. Continue praying and trust Him our future. Together, let's do our best to continue our pursuit for our noble endeavor. Padayon.
Thank you so much, Lovely. And now, for the closing message, let us hear from Ma'am Gemma G. Gaurana, Teacher 3, English.
Good day, everyone, especially to our dear graduates, junior high school completers, ever-supportive parents, fellow teachers, friends, ladies and gentlemen. Winston Churchill once said, and I quote, "Success is the ability to go from failure to another with no loss of enthusiasm." It is indeed a success to have this opportunity to reap the fruits of our labor, the struggles that we have encountered in this time of pandemic, yet we are optimistic with our goals and aspirations. COVID-19 has brought us a lot of troubles, yet it has opened the doors for us to explore the new ways to cope with the situation, especially in the educational system. It has proved a resiliency in adapting to the new normal scheme of living. It also encouraged you, our dear graduates, to be more self-reliant and more responsible towards your studies. Not only that, you have also given your great effort towards your studies, of course, with the help of technology. COVID-19 has given us the opportunity to reflect, to focus on our goals, and to trust God in everything that we do. Even though this pandemic has ruined our plans, yet it has made us to be more courageous and made us a better individuals. With this, I would like to extend my gratitude to our dear graduates, to your parents, fellow educators, and everyone who have joined hands with us in overcoming hurdles of life in the school year 2020-2021. Congratulations and keep safe, everyone.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the end of our virtual moving up ceremony. Once again, congratulations to our completers, awardees, and of course, our proud parents. Go forth, grow, and be successful. Frederick W. Robertson once said, "Instruction ends in the schoolroom, but education ends only with life." Have a good day, everyone.